Okay, here we go. I'm gonna go through my sprint set stationary bicycle I've been using it's for middle distance running. So it's by me, Tanis Coralee Leonhardi. I initially developed / used this during my 2006 to 2012 running push. And then I fine-tuned it this month, August 2023, on Sunday, 20 August 2023. And so I'm gonna go through it. I'm gonna start with setup. So there's my analog clock. There is, wasn't where I'm gonna put my iPhone. This is the bicycle. Here's my water bottle, right here. Here is my headband. I put my iPhone in here, and then I use these headphones while I'm working out. So these would be like over here, but since I'm filming with that device, I'm putting it over here. For what I do here is I actually take this and strap my iPhone in with the headband, the armband, for the duration of the workout, so it doesn't slide off and fall or something. And then I take the set and I put it right there. And then for the set, these are my pedals, and then I typically don't do knee-high socks. I do calves, and then my shoes are different than my running shoes because the stationary bicycle wear is a bit different than running. But these are a former pair of running shoes. The laces broke, and so that's why it's different colored laces. All right, so that is setup, positioning, and posturing. So positioning, we'll take this. Basically, I'm not an instructor, so I'm not going to show you or tell you this is how to do it. I'm just going to show you roughly. So there's positioning that's sitting, there's positioning that I would call hunched, and then there's positioning that's standing. Okay, so standing, hunched, sitting. Okay, so that's positioning. Posturing. Posturing is I'm sitting here, I'm sitting, and I'm just sitting like I'm riding a bike, or I'm kind of hunched over but sitting. So I would call that, I do, this is posturing, so this is like flat posturing versus upright posturing. All right, that's positioning and posturing. Up next is the set. Here it is. It is 5 minutes warm up, 2 times 8 increases on 30 seconds, into 2 times 6 increases on 45, followed by a 2-minute hold, 6 decreases on 45. 45 is 45 seconds, and so go through that twice. Then there's 1 minute recovery, and then there's 3 times through 30-30 sprint 4 times. So it's a total of 12 sprints that are a minute slots with a 30 seconds. I'll talk through, okay, and then 1 minute recovery, then 2 times through 40-20 times 4 sprints, so that's 8 total sprints with a 1 minute recovery, and then there's a 1:50:10 sprint 4 times, followed by a 2-minute warm down. Comes out to approximately 23 miles depending on one's time, and it's 64 minutes continuous. So there's no stopping unless it's like you really need to stop. The workout is a continuous, non-stopping workout. Okay, so talking through it is 5 minutes of warm-up is taking, and this is a manual bicycle, meaning I have a knob here that I turn to increase and decrease resistance instead of a button and an electronic screen. Okay, so 5 minutes warm-up is just going to be at kind of like the lowest resistance I have for the whole workout. Do this for 5 minutes. Then I'm going to do 8 increases on 30 seconds 2 times through. So essentially that's, I start at a resistance and then every 30 seconds, I increase the resistance, fraction of a turn on my resistance wheel, or knob. In this case, for me, it's a knob. For some people, it's a button. And so I do that 8 times, and then on the right after I finish that, so it's like 1 increase, 2 increase, 3 increase, 4 increase, 5 increase, 6 increase, 7 increase, 8 increase, go back down to the first level, and that's the first increase for the second time through. So it's like build up, it's like a hill, and then go down to the bottom of the hill without the downhill. Okay. So yeah, and then that's followed by another, one could call it a hill. I don't quite think of it like a hill. So this is 6 increases on 45, and this is gonna be in a seated position. So it means I'm gonna start at one point, and then every 45 seconds increase. For me, is a fraction of a turn with the knob. When I hit that 6th increase, I'm gonna leave that be, ride out my 6th increase, and then the 2-minute hold, I'm gonna keep at the same resistance, and the first of my 6 decreases, I keep at the same resistance. So that's a total of 3 minutes and 30 seconds at that highest resistance before doing the other 5 decreases. And then when I'm at that bottom, that lowest, the 6th decrease, before I go back to the 6 increases, I should be at the resistance I'm at for my first increase. Okay, and then after that is a 1-minute recovery. You can drink water throughout. I would say on recoveries, I try to always drink water. So have water if one has not had water or hydration. Okay, and then up next is it's a total of 12 minutes, 12 sprints, but it's 3 times through, and each time through is 4 30-30 sprints. A 30-30 sprint means 30 seconds sprinting followed by 30 seconds of intermediate pedaling. And so for this one, to remember where I'm at, since it's a total of 12 sprint or 12 1-minute slots for sprinting, is I alternate posturing, not positioning. So I'll do like 4 like this, 4 like this, 4 like this, and then I do my 1-minute recovery. And then for the next one, it's 2 40-20 sprints. So that means instead of 30 seconds of sprinting, this time it's 40 seconds of sprinting followed by 20 seconds of intermediate pedaling. On this one, I also do alternating posturing, so I know where I'm at, since there's 8 1-minute slots. So it'd be like I could start here and then do this for 4 and then this for 4, followed by a 1-minute recovery. And then up last is 1 time through 4 50-10 sprints. So that's 50 seconds of sprinting followed by 10 seconds of intermediate pedaling. And then after that, and you can do that in whatever posturing you want. After that is 2-minute warm down or recovery. And for me, a recovery just means low resistance pedaling, kind of relaxing, more like this. So hands off kind of is how I think of it. Anything else? Yes, so for the sprints, you want to pedal faster than you pedaled before. You don't want to bounce. If you're bouncing, then you want to increase the resistance, or I do. Okay, so I increase resistance if I'm bouncing, because you don't, otherwise it's not working the muscles as much. It's the wheel doing the work instead of my legs. Yes, anything else for this? Yes, as a general safety that I learned from my instructors, something to do with stationary bicycling is keep one's core as stable as one can. Do not want side-to-side action, because that can cause the bike to tip over and cause serious injury. So no side-to-side movement, or if you can, but that's kind of hard to do, so minimize side-to-side. So it's kind of more like as opposed to this, which can cause tipping and damage to the bike and the person. This set should work, or for me, it works my upper legs and my calves. So that's kind of what burns, but this is not meant to be overly taxing. One last note on I guess I don't need to be on the bike for that. For the sprinting, so those 8 increases at the beginning, so it's like up a hill, so to speak, I sprint at my 2 to 4 kind of range. So like a quarter to halfway up that hill, those 8 increases, my sprinting range is about there. So it's not minimum resistance, it's a little bit above that. And so you can play around with that, and I'll show you too. So that's the set, and that's the talk through. Conclusion, I'll show you on my bicycle. If I turn the knob this way, not the wheel, it increases resistance. And if I turn it this way, it decreases resistance. And so sometimes, like let's say I'm sprinting right here, if it goes like this as I'm sprinting, I need to turn it like this to increase the resistance back to what it was. But yeah, this is what I do. This is what I've done for a while now. This is a set I wrote out over a decade ago and have used a lot, and have returned to this month, August 2023. So it works for me. If you do it, make sure to hydrate. Don't overextend yourself. This is not a maximum resistance thing. This is about, well, what is it about? Well, I'm a middle distance runner, and this is about, specifically what I use this for is finding my sprinting legs in a middle distance run, because I don't get to stop and do a 100-meter sprint. I'm running speaking from experience, I'll run 3 to 6 or 7 or 8 miles, and I want to sprint half a mile on that. And by this being a continuous non-stopping set, it actually mimics my runs and having to sprint within a longer run. So I find this actually rather helpful. So happy sprinting on a stationary bicycle.